welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today's song is Away Renée by the Left Banke, and it is a request by Pat, one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you for your support and for your song suggestion. We read a little bit about it, and apparently this is one of their few hits, if I'm not mistaken. But we love the 2 seconds of it that we'll listen to. So we thought we should definitely check this out. So apparently this song was inspired by Renee, the bass player's girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken. And the keyboard player wrote this. So it kind of reminded us of the Patty Boyd saga with all the songs that she inspired. And so it kind of like, I think, similar to that. But anyway, we're excited to explore this song together.
And when I see the sign that points one way, the life we used to pass by every day. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. The empty sidewalks on my block are not the same. You're not to blame.
Let's just wait here. The sound combination, first of all, the choice of instrument were very interesting. But when he started singing, it was kind of weird, the placement of his voice in between all those instruments. I was expecting something to stand out a little bit more, and it did not. It kind of really blended that. And the beginning of it reminded me of like a chamber group, like because of the strings, and I think that was like a harpsichord that was like the like little bit of notes that you could hear, and then obviously there are drums to connect all those sections together. So it kind of reminded me of a little bit of a chamber group that they're playing something like a Baroque piece or something, and then but then it kind of shifted.
Yeah, I mean, it could be also because of the very short intro, because you didn't, at least I didn't expect that the singer start there. It was such a short intro. So that's maybe why that it wasn't like a dramatic entrance. That's why it was like instantly just blended with other instruments as if it was also an instrument. The singer.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but until now, I love the presence of the strings, especially the violins, and such a beautiful and like exactly one thing, like I want you, I give you like this, I'm begging you, I want you, this feeling I get completely from the string section.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. All right, let's go a little back.
You're not to blame. From deep inside you feel that I've forced to cry. From deep inside the pain I chose to hide. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain beats down upon my weary eyes, for me and just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain beats down upon my weary
Let's just wait here. I
eyes.
want to talk about that flute solo in the middle. It just came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
it deserves a talk. As I was thinking that it doesn't get any better with the violins and it's so beautiful, the flute came and I was like, okay, it can even get better. And it's so crazy. I can completely imagine why this is a hit song from the band, even though I didn't listen to other songs, but I can imagine like this deserves to be really known because it's such a special song and it has such a special, I don't know, feeling to it. Everything is everything, like the way that the singer chose to sing, especially the part that he says walk away Renee is and also the other parts of the text that rhymes with this. It's like, I'm begging you, walk away, it's a request, please do it. And to the also the violins and the strings and then the flute, every little detail in this song, except for the rhythm that we hear, that like it's like that it's keeping the song going. But the every other aspect in this song is like just in every cell of every little thing in this song is like begging a request. And the sound, how it sounds, is actually exactly as you said. It sounds really like a classical quartet or something to me. It's like I'm listening to classical music. It's so interesting the way that
it sounds like a tiny orchestra, or like a little band, like as you said, like a flute quartet, or like, I don't know, like a wind quartet or a quintet.
Yeah, it's like more like a piece that is written for the orchestra and not for the orchestra and the soloist. And there is a part that the concert master has a solo part, and it's the most beautiful, delicate, with so full vibrato and so much emotions and feelings. And because it's the concert master, you know it's good and the person is playing very good. So some of the specially parts that the violin plays, I have the feeling that the concert master is like standing up and doing their own magic of the solo part.
Yes. Okay, I want to go back and listen to that flute solo bridge kind of. One thing that was so cute, kind of, it was when the flute was playing that like beautiful. It was not, I would say, like it mostly reminds me of like classical or like even Baroque sounds and structure because of the counterpoint, but also because of the melodies are kind of like they have shorter phrases. Like I feel like if you were in the romantic period, you would have longer gesture, and like the flute, for example, would go on, and the harmony would get more complex. But this one had like shorter things. And then if you listen carefully, you can go and listen to it for the third time. And the harpsichord is kind of playing kind of like an Alberti bass, like that, and then changes the harmony, which creates kind of such a beautiful, simple but beautiful counterpoint at the same time. So here we go for the last time. And then because the flute gets all your attention, but there is so many layers in the background.
Yeah, exactly. The flute's melody has such a simplicity and not fully pastoral, but a little like a taste of like you're in the fields or something. That it also reminds me of the music of Middle Ages. It doesn't has anything to do with it, not the sound, not the anything, but it had this pure like I don't know, non-city music kind of vibe to it, and really old and simple and emotional.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's so beautiful. Last time.
Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain
the part that was so, I mean, all of the parts was so beautiful, but also except for the flute solo part, which I can just listen to it like 1,000 times and don't get tired. But also the really a little more emptier part, which I can present it, or I can say it as the solo part, because it felt like a solo part, but it was like a solo part of the singer and the strings. It's like when you have it happens a lot. I have so many examples in my head that you're in a string quartet, and it's like, especially in romantic era, I have examples in my head that it's so emotional and dramatic and like full, and then a part will happen that is like so quiet and so empty, and then the strings would come and play a very delicate and very quiet sound, and make a very beautiful and like silence atmosphere. And it was exactly before, I think, the last time that they sing the chorus. It's so beautiful, and in that moment I really could get what you mean, that you see the singer as one of the part of the instrument, because it was exactly like it's a completely the quartet that is singing, and there's no singer or something, it's just a string quartet.
Yeah, it's interesting also about the lyrics that I think recently we've been on a ride to kind of listen to all these songs about unrequited love, I guess, that it's just like you won't get to that person. But it kind of also, with like all the Clapton songs, and then the ones that we listened to, like I think recently, a lot of them. But also it reminded me a little bit of the most recent Rolling Stone songs that we listened to, Ruby Tuesday, because of the angle that he was talking about, or like the perspective that he had, that it's just like a very realistic point of view, that I know that for different reason, not the same reason, but I cannot like have you, but I'm just letting you go, and then just walk away basically. And then it's just like doesn't come from anger, or it just comes from like kind of like a sad acceptance kind of point of view, that is just I mean extremely upset and like heartbroken, but at the same time there's nothing, like no bad feelings for you, like I wish you the best. It kind of reminded me of that kind of acceptance point of view that Rolling Stone had, but also all the things we listened to about like unrequited love and all the frustration that you get, that it doesn't come. So the lyrics kind of like captured everything, even though I feel like the lyrics were super short, and the chorus repeated a lot, so it was not a lot of time to really go into the details. But from what you just seen, like a few verses, is just like just talking about the paths that we are just gonna fall apart, or like walk away from each other. And so you just kind of like get the full story of it with just little things. And the chorus repeats, like most of the time actually the chorus repeat a lot.
Yeah, the thing that makes it so, for me at least, so requestful or like so hopeless pleading, is that it doesn't say that let's not see each other, or let's get a distance, or he's saying that I don't even see that kind of a power in me, that I can also walk away, or let's do this together. It's like I'm just sitting here and I cannot do anything. Just please walk away and go, because I cannot do it. I'm just sitting and I'm dealing with the feelings. So at least you go, so that I can just be alone and deal with my feelings. And because I'm not powerful enough to do it also on my side.
Yeah.
And you can see this whole message and this whole feeling of I cannot, you just do it, please, in the whole song and in the whole instrument that I talked about.
That was a very interesting song, because and I feel like the instruments being such an important, or such a like a big part of the song, was also something not new, but like we just see it like way less. It's mostly the singer that is like the soloist, the star. But I feel like in this song, the instruments by themselves could also just like have like a totally complete song together. So like having that voice kind of mix it, it was kind of like part of the texture. So that was also an interesting experience, like aside from all the lyrics and the meaning. And the choice of instruments were definitely like very interesting. So that was such a fun review actually. I'm so glad we did that. Yeah.
And I'm also very glad, and I'm sure I will listen to this song again. But one thing that I forgot to say, completely like a jump from the subject that I was talking about the solo part of the flute. One of the reasons that also gave this feeling of simplicity and like not romantic, but more like a Baroque flute or like Middle Ages music was the amount and the way that the player was using the vibrato. It was like, because as you go more and more into the romantic era, the vibrato in strings and also in flute and other instruments becomes more big and more like a wide to create this dramatic emotional thing. But back then in Baroque era, or even more back then, vibrato was using as an ornament, not just a thing that is there and should be there most of the times. And it was mostly at the end, if even it was, sometimes they didn't even use the vibrato, but if they even wanted to use, it was like at the end of the note, very small, very not wide, and very like small, with a small range of vibrato, and slower, or also sometimes faster, but like very small range, and completely as an ornament, like this is the note and this is the melody, but we want to add just a touch of the vibrato. So that was also helping to this simplicity of the sound, and like not dramatic and emotional, but more like very simple and
Yeah,
feel this
that's
kind of
true.
feeling.
Wow. Yeah, that was so beautiful. We're so happy we did that. So thank you, Pat, for suggesting this song, and thank you guys for watching us. We hope you enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel and drop your comments about this song. If you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.